Славите го Господа, zašto je dobar, Alleluia.
Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Nick, the master prayer knot artist behind Orthodox Handmade, and welcome to our 10th episode on YouTube, the first of 2023, and our first ever Q&A style podcast. I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you who submitted their questions for me to address via social media, and to also say a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Christ is born, ladies and gentlemen. Before we continue, if you're new to Orthodox Handmade, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit the notifications bell to be notified when new episodes drop, and be sure to smash that like button. This will prompt the YouTube algorithm to recommend Orthodox Handmade's unique content and assist in growing our faithful audience. And speaking of that faithful audience, we are fast approaching 900 YouTube subscribers. So thank you so very much to those of you who've already subscribed to Orthodox Handmade. Also, be sure to watch until the end, where I'll be providing my personal advice that I'd give to someone who would like to become a prayer knot artist such as myself. Alright guys, let's get straight into it. Question number 1. What is the benefit of ordering a 300 knot prayer rope rather than, for example, a 50 knot piece? Well, in short, the more knots a piece has in circumference, the more prayers can be recited by the believer in succession before reaching the end. Larger pieces that consist of 150, 200, 300, 500, and even 1000 knots are intended to be used in the home of the faithful due to the obvious sizing. So this is in fact the benefit, to recite more prayers unceasingly. Question 2. Can you make specific designs even if you haven't made them before? And the answer to that, yes, absolutely. I'm even happy to provide sketches of what the piece will look like before, and continue to make changes until you're completely satisfied with the design. I take my work extremely seriously, guys, and I carry it out with the utmost passion and pride, which is why I do my best to assist in the specification process. Another good starting point is to send through any photos of what you would like in terms of a design, along with any specific instructions. Remember, these pieces are made to last for many, many years, so it is imperative the required effort goes in the design process from the very beginning. Question number 3. How do I place an order? To place an order, please send through photos of the pieces of interest via Instagram or Facebook direct message, along with your location, and I can then provide pricing for the actual piece and shipping costs to your location. All custom orders have an approximate lead time of 6 to 8 weeks in order queue before they are commenced, and payments are made via PayPal, or if you're in Australia, you also have the option of direct transfer, and full payment is what secures your order position in queue. Question 4. Do you do wholesale orders? Well, this is dependent on the pieces really. I have made orders of up to 15 prayer bracelets, for instance, or 10 Orthodox cross pendants, but nothing ever like 20, 100 knot prayer ropes, for instance. The reason for this, with the number of orders I have in queue at any given time, and remember the 6 to 8 week lead time, that would drastically slow down my lead time and make others wait in queue much longer, which wouldn't exactly be fair now, would it? Also, I pride myself on creating custom tools for the faithful on an individual level. If I can assist with a custom order for churches, Christian-run stores, etc., I will, but again, it depends on what the order is for. To conclude, 9 times out of 10, I will decline a wholesale order request, as I just did the other day for a brother in Lebanon who runs a beautiful icon workshop. I simply could not make the required 200, 100 knot prayer ropes with the amount of orders that I have in queue, and I still probably couldn't do it even if I had about 2 years lead time. So there's much more that goes into it than people believe, ladies and gentlemen. Question number 5. What is something that you don't like about your work? Well, the thing that I would love actually is another pair of hands to complete more pieces quicker, thus decreasing the lead time of 6 to 8 weeks. However, as my pieces are all handmade by myself, most of my clients respect the specified lead time and understand that there is a process before they receive their custom tools for prayer. The majority of my clients are happy to wait patiently to receive something so special that will also be with them for many years and then passed on most probably to a loved one. Question number 6. Are your prayer ropes blessed by an Orthodox priest before shipping them out? The answer to this one is no, and it's a very, very common question that I receive. The reason being, however, is after an approximate lead time of 6 to 8 weeks before I commence an order, it is not feasible for my clients to wait even longer for the piece to be blessed prior to them receiving it. So for those who don't know, in proper practice, items that are blessed in an Orthodox church are to reside there for 40 days before being picked up. So imagine that on top of a 6 to 8 week lead time, then the pieces have to be made, and then another 40 days for them to reside in the church before being shipped. I advise any of my faithful clients to have their tools for prayer blessed in their own church once they've received them and by their own priest. This way, the piece or pieces are much more special. Question 7. Do your hands hurt from tying prayer knots? Sometimes. Well, depending on the style of the piece and the time I've been tying, but generally not. It sometimes takes more of a mental toll knowing how many pieces are to be created in queue. However, I am motivated by my mission, which is more than encouraging for me to continue this monastic craft. I love that I create custom tools for prayer for the faithful and inspire them to become closer to Christ, one sacred knot at a time, ladies and gentlemen. The following statements are answers to other questions received. No, I am not a priest or a monk, and no, you don't have to be one in order to create Orthodox prayer ropes. I prefer woolen pieces over rat-tail ones. Yes, you can send your own beading, pendants, and material for your custom pieces, but please check with me prior for suitability purposes. Yes, I can assist with prayer bracelet sizing. All prayer bracelets are created with a drawstring to avoid stretching and potential ruining of the piece when putting it on and taking it off. Where am I based? I am based 1 hour south of Sydney, Australia. Yes, I am most definitely an Orthodox Christian. Not sure why I get that question as much as I do, but yes, most definitely Orthodox Christian, being baptized just before my first birthday. I have been creating Orthodox prayer ropes since October 2009. 2023 will be my 14th year carrying out this monastic tradition. And yes, I do sometimes have special offers for my pieces throughout the year, and I usually post these on my social media stories, so be sure to check them out every now and then. Now, the last question. What advice would you give someone who wants to become a prayer knot artist such as yourself? Guys, practice, practice, and practice. Seriously. Get a feel for the knots. Understand the design you're trying to create. Study other makers, the material they use, the tightness of the prayer knots in certain sections. Find ways to make the knots the same size constantly. Understand what beading to use and what material is best for what piece. Know what colors symbolize and which are most in demand. Also, understand the purpose of why you want to carry out this sacred monastic craft, and if you have enough time in your daily life to embark on such a journey. Focus on quality work, not quantity. Also, take some extra time to give away a piece or two. Help others with a donation when you can. And finally, guys, seriously, the most important piece of advice, always, and I literally mean always, recite the Jesus prayer into every single prayer knot that you tie. Should you not do this, like I've said in a previous video, your prayer rope won't be and cannot be considered authentic. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed this Q&A style video and learned more about what I, as a master prayer knot artist, am faced with when carrying out this sacred monastic craft and what the work entails. Should you have any other questions about Orthodox Handmade, please feel welcome to comment them down below. And if you also create Orthodox prayer ropes, be sure to let me know. Let me know what topics you would also like to hear discussed in future episodes, guys, because your input and your contribution to the channel is very much interesting to me, and I endeavor to read and respond to as many comments as I can. Once again, if you like the content that I'm creating, be sure to subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow Orthodox Handmade on social media, where you can see all the pieces that I hand make for the faithful all around the world. Should you be interested in having your very own custom piece created, there are details in the description below, or you're welcome to personally liaise with myself via direct message on both Instagram and Facebook. I shall leave the next episode as a surprise at this stage, as I have a few different ideas of what it will entail, but once again, if you have an idea, put it in the comments, guys. Put it in the comments. Thank you once again for tuning in, and until next time, stay safe and God bless.